Hi, I'm Hunter, and this is Guy Hockey.
I'm eating bag boy, auntie hella fob with the Android. Thick skin, I could cook some taro with my hands, boy.
Now, I know what you're thinking. First off, who the hell is Guy Hockey? And second off, why would a TikTok of this guy go viral? I just want to say I'm not popular or famous on TikTok at all, whatsoever. As you can see by my follower count and my views I usually get, they're pretty low, and that's what I usually get on average. But if you look right on this pinned tab, you could see that this TikTok blew up like wildfire. And instead of all my views, this thing is doing relatively super good. Now, to answer the first question, who is Guy Hoggy? Well, to put it simple, Guy Hoggy is the Hawaii News Now weather anchor, or weatherman, whatever you want to call him. And he's been a weatherman slash weather anchor for 29 years now. His first name is sharing the same name as Mike Guy, and his last name is the same as the fish. Now that you know Guy Hoggy, time to explain why this TikTok of him or why a TikTok of him would go viral for the people of Hawaii. If you're from Hawaii or you grew up in Hawaii, um, you've seen Guy Hoggy almost every day for the morning news weather report. And just hearing his voice and seeing him on the TV was just very nostalgic. But that's not just the only factor making him a Hawaii staple. Guy Hoggy is the greatest weatherman to ever do it from Hawaii. Hold on, my cat's crying. You're gonna say hi since you like interrupt. Hi, look at it. Say hi to Carrot. Guy Hoggy is the greatest weatherman to ever do it from Hawaii, or at least from Oahu. But not because he gets the weather right all the time, because he gets it wrong almost every time. Throughout the 29 years of Guy Hoggy being a weatherman, he has a common track record of getting things wrong. And that's not a bad thing. He's basically like the king of opposite day. It's not the fact that he's wrong sometimes, it's the fact that he's wrong consistently. So, to a point, he's right as long as you just do the opposite of what he says. If he says a big hurricane's gonna hit, it's not gonna hit. But if he says a hurricane's not gonna hit, everybody's gonna panic because then it's gonna hit. The scariest thing that Guy Hoggy could actually say would be, aloha, today's gonna be a great, bright, sunny, perfect day with no rain and just the right amount of surf. If he ever says something like that, as a local, I'm thinking, damn, we're cooked. I remember a time when I was working at Foodland, and yes, I used to work at Foodland. Shout out store number 16. Yes, sir. And I was working during one of the most major hurricanes. I think it was Hurricane Douglas.
Is a major hurricane with current sustained winds at 120 miles an hour.
People have begun taking shelter in Honolulu. The Category 1 hurricane will pass close to the island chain in the next several hours.
It's definitely time to get your supplies together and be ready to face anything that could intensify or near the Hawaiian Islands.
And it was crazy. Almost every shelf was empty, and the lines just went all the way to the back of the store, and it was constant. That was like a constant thing until we closed, and even then we had to close early because it was raining and pouring. Hurricane Douglas was going to be a major hurricane. This is one that could have took down houses. This is one that could have, make big waves like that final battle and the scene surfs up. And it was one that could throw people around with just the power of the wind. Then Guy Hoggy made this video.
Hurricane Douglas, he making big body. I don't know, he act like he like troll. I don't know if he can troll, if he can scrap or what, but he making big body, so we just better be prepared, you know what I mean? If the guy like troll, we gotta be able to handle, you know?
And I'm not gonna lie, locals from Hawaii and a lot of people just from here, we don't really take warnings or, I don't know, news reporters that seriously. I'm not gonna lie. We are the most unserious people when it comes to hurricanes. With that being said, what do you think the locals did after hearing all these warnings? Well, some prepared for the worst, and some prepared for the worst and carried on like nothing was gonna happen.
Are a group of fishermen from Kalihi. This is Carl and his friends. I'm gonna mask up so I can go over and talk to him.
So right here, meet brother Carl. The hurricane was supposed to come at this time, and brother just decided to go fishing out with some friends. And you're gonna hear exactly what I mean by, as locals, we don't take boardings or hurricanes that serious. Just watch.
Hi, Carl.
What's up?
So, what are you guys doing out here?
Stay fishing.
And why would you come out to fish before a hurricane?
Cause this hurricane is nothing major.
How do you know? It's starting to drizzle right now.
Always drizzle every time. Act like we're gonna get swept away.
So, tell me about the fishing, because you're saying the ocean seems a little calmer than usual.
Yeah, I just like catch on fat fish, take them home, flex on them.
So this guy knew the hurricane was gonna come, supposedly, and all he said is, "I like catch one big fat fish, take him home, flex on him." Legendary, iconic. This is like my go-to saying every time when I go out fishing.
Okay, so are you concerned at all? Because you did tell me that you had prepared your hurricane kit at home.
Yeah, small kind prepared. Like I went Costco buy some stuffs, but when I go here for like do what I like do, yeah, fishing.
Yeah. So, what is your sense? Because you lived through Hurricane Lane and Olivia, little bit nervous?
No, just like usual. Like not going to really doing damage, like roofs flying, not gonna do all that.
Oh, you better hope you're right.
Yeah, I am right.
And guess what? Brother was right.
Okay, so this is Carl and his friends. We're going to wish them some luck and hope that they catch some fish. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
So when the hurricane was coming, the day of the hurricane or the week of the hurricane, it completely missed the island. I think it just scraped by, it like brushed against the island, but it made a right turn.
Even though the center is relatively close to us at 45 miles per hour from Kahului and even closer for Molokai and at least right now for Oahu, it's getting a little bit closer. The effects aren't as strong.
To put into perspective what I mean by a right turn, here's what the graph looked like beforehand. Right, you see it? It's going straight through the islands. Every island. Here's what it looked like during the day of the hurricane coming. Yeah, he's curving a little bit to the right. You know what I mean? And after the storm passed, and after we saw like what actually happened with the hurricane passing the island, there's a lot of scientific explanations on why that was and why the hurricane actually dodged us. I didn't care about the scientific explanation because I already knew the truth. If Guy Hagi didn't make that local forecast, we would have been cooked. The island would have been gone. He exuded so much aura that the hurricane feared coming even close to the island, knowing that Guy Hagi was here. All jokes aside though, that's why Guy Hagi is an iconic legend for Hawaii. To locals, there's a lot of jokes that basically he controls the weather. If it's raining, blame it on Guy Hagi. He said it was going to be clear skies today. The hurricane never hit, boom, blame it on Guy Hagi. He said it was going to hit. He lied again. He has been an inside joke for so many years now for Hawaii. And so much so that there's multiple memes of just a Guy Hagi being, lie Hagi, being like, oh, you fuckers are not lying this time. And he's just a local staple for inside jokes and something you just pop out when you want to hear like, oh yeah, it's supposed to be sunny today. It's raining. Fucking Guy Hagi. So since this guy was so beloved in Hawaii, and since this is even something that I'm guilty of, which is, blaming the weather on Guy Hagi, I didn't see anybody make an edit of him. So I had to do it. I slapped on a Bash for the World song, and then I made like a sloppy edit of him surfing, being a weatherman, throwing in the memes of, fuckers named Guy, I'm not lying this time, don't drop in on my wave. And the rest is history. The algorithm took it and it got to the people like me that are from Hawaii and it blew up. Hope you enjoyed learning about this local icon right here, this legend, this man, the myth, the hero of the island of Hawaii, Guy Hagi. And if you ever meet somebody from Hawaii, ask them, hey, you know who Lai Hagi is? And you might have a new best friend. So with that being said, take care and be safe out there. And shooties. Yeah.
Bitch, don't run in my family. No, bitch, don't run in my family. Hey, cookie butter, skin tone, west side, end zone.